I welcome you all to my class. I'm Miss Vandana Gupta, Assistant Professor of Mathematics. Today we are going to solve the problems in which we will calculate the accumulated value of a fixed deposit kept in a bank, but the interest is calculated more than once a year. Okay? So let us see the problem. You know, the accumulated value is calculated by using this formula: amount equal to P, that means principal, into 1 plus R upon 100 raised to power n, where R is the rate of interest and n is the number of time period. Okay, and the rate of interest should also be R percentage per that time period. If it is per annum, that means per year, then n is number of years. Okay, if the rate of interest is monthly, then n should also be monthly. That means the period should be same. So let us take some problems. Look at this question. Find the maturity amount of a 1 year fixed deposit of rupees 1 lakh at 8% per annum if the interest is compounded annually, first one, second half yearly, third quarterly, and fourth monthly. In this problem, the amount of 1 lakh rupees is kept in the bank as a fixed deposit. For how long? For 1 year. And the rate of interest is 8% per annum. You have to find out the maturity amount, that means the amount accumulated at the end of 1 year, if the interest is calculated in these 4 ways. So let us take the first one. If the interest is compounded annually, so that means the interest is annually means yearly. So interest is calculated yearly, and the amount is also kept for 1 year only. So here in this, the period is year. Okay, and our rate of interest is also yearly given. So n is R is 8 and n is also year. N is also 1. So R is 8% per annum and n is also 1 year. So no need of conversion. So in this problem, you are given P is 1 lakh, R is 8% per annum and n is 1 year. Now, you know the formula for the maturity amount. It is A equal to P into 1 plus R upon 100 raised to power n. Calculate that. So what you will get? A is equal to P is 1 lakh into 1 plus, wait a minute. A is equal to 1 lakh, 1 plus R is 8, 8 upon 100 raised to power n, n is 1. So it will give you 1 lakh, 8 upon 100 is 0.08. Raised to power 1 means it is same as that. Into 1.08. Calculate that. So you will get 1,08,000. That means the amount at the end of 1 year is 1,08,000. Okay. This much is the amount you are getting at the end of 1 year if the interest is compounded annually. Let us go for the next one. If the interest is compounded half yearly. If the interest is compounded half yearly, in this problem, your period is half year. Now, what is the meaning of half year? Half year means 6 months. There are 12 months in a year. So, in half year, there will be 6 months. So, in this case, your period is half year. Half year means 6 months. Now, you have to convert the rate of interest also half yearly and number of n also half yearly. N means number of time periods. Here you are again given, the problem is same. So given the principal amount is 1 lakh, R is given to you at 8% per annum. That means for the whole year, the interest rate is 8. But our period here is half year. So in a year, there are 2 periods of half year. So for the whole year, the interest is 8. So for half year, it will be 8 upon 2. Divide 8 by 2. So that gives you 4. So that means 4% per half year. So we have converted the interest from per annum to per half year. How will you convert? For per annum, that means for the whole year, the interest is 8. If you want the interest for half year, divide 8 by 2. So you'll get 4% per half year. Similarly, N also we will have to convert into half year. You were given that the amount is kept for 1 year. So N was given as 1 year. But in this problem, our period is half year. So you will have to convert this year into half year. So in a year, there are 2 periods of half year. So 1 year is same as 2 half years. So now we are getting N is equal to 2 and R is equal to 4. So apply your formula for the maturity amount. It is A equal to P into 1 plus R upon 100 raised to power N. So let us calculate. So A is equal to P is 1 lakh, 1 plus, in this R is 4 now, 4 upon 100 and N is 2. So this will give you 1 lakh 1 plus 0.04 raised to power 2. So 1 lakh into 1.04 square. When you calculate this, 1.04 square multiply by 1 lakh, you will get 1 lakh 8,160. Okay, so this much amount you will get when the interest is calculated half yearly. Okay, so here what we did, we have converted the rate of interest from per annum to per half year by dividing it by 2. Also, we have converted the number of time period from 1 year to, now our period is half year. So in a year, there are 2 periods of half year. So 1 year is same as 2 half years. So N is equal to 2. And we got the maturity amount as 1,08,160. Let us see if the interest is calculated or compounded quarterly. See, in this problem, the interest is calculated 2 times in a year. In quarterly, let us see. Third, if the interest is compounded quarterly. Now, what is the meaning of quarter? Quarter is a period of 3 months. A period of 3 months is called a quarter. A period of 3 months is called a quarter. So that means in a year, there are 4 quarters. See, if you look at here, from January to March, January, February, March, this is first quarter. Okay. Then April to June, April, May, June, that is second quarter. Then July, August, September. This is July to September, it is third quarter. And October, November, December, that is the last quarter, that is the fourth quarter. Okay, so there are how many quarters? 4 quarters in a year. So a period of 3 months is a quarter. And there are 4 quarters in a year. So in this situation, when the interest is compounded quarterly, your period is quarter. So we will write here, your period is quarter. There are how many quarters in a year? There are 4 quarters in a year. So in this problem, your interest is calculated 4 times in a year. Again, your principal is same, 1 lakh. R was given 8% per annum. So for the whole year, the rate of interest was 8. So what will be the rate of interest for 1 quarter? You will divide 8 by 4 because there are 4 quarters in a year. So you will convert this rate of interest from per annum to per quarter. It's not per half year, per quarter. Okay. So to convert the rate of interest into quarter, you have to divide 8 by 4. So it is 2%. Okay. 8 by 4 is 2. So it is 2% per quarter. Okay. So rate of interest is 2% per quarter. And N also from year to you have to convert to quarter. So 1 year is same as 4 quarters. So our value of N is 4. Value of R is 2. Okay. Now find out the maturity amount by the same formula. So A is equal to P, that is 1 lakh. 1 plus R here is 2. So 2 upon 100 raised to power N, that is 4. So this will give you 1.02 raised to power 4. When you simplify this, 1.02 raised to power 4, as I mentioned you before also, in your non-programmable calculator, how you have to calculate this value? 1.02 raised to power 4. By calculator, what will you do? You first press 1.02, then the symbol of multiplication. If you want power 4, then you have to press equals sign 3 times. Okay. So 1.042 raised to power 4 is calculated by using the calculator. How? Press 1.02 first, then multiplication and 3 times equal sign. Okay. So whatever number you will get on your screen, take the whole number. Okay. Don't round it off. And then multiply it by 1 lakh there itself. Okay. So you will get the answer as 1,08,243.22. In the final answer, you can take up to 2 decimal places. So the accumulated value is 1,08,243.22. Okay, when the interest is compounded quarterly, that means 4 times in a year. Now let us see the fourth one, when the interest is compounded monthly. Look at here. If the interest is compounded monthly, that means what is your period here? It is month. So that means R also has to be converted into month, and time period N also you have to convert into month. You know that there are 12 months in a year. You are given P is 1 lakh. R was given 8% per annum. So for the whole year, it is 8. Year means 12 months. So for 12 months, it is 8. So for 1 month, how much it will be? 8 divided by 12. So when you divide 8 by 12, you will get 0.6666. So you can take 0.67. So this is the rate of interest per month. So we have converted from per year to per month by dividing R by 12. So 0.67% per month. N is 1 year. Because your period is month, you have to convert year into month. So in 1 year, there are 12 months. So N is 12. Now put everything in the formula. So A is equal to, principal is 1 lakh. 1 plus R here is 0.67. R is 0.67 divided by 100 raised to power N, which is 12. So here you see that the power is big, 12. Raised to power 12. So you will get 1 lakh. 1 plus 0.67 divided by 100 will give you 0.0067 raised to power 12. That will give you 1.0067 raised to power 12. So how will you do this? 1.0067 you first press in your calculator, then multiplication, and 11 times you have to press equal sign. Okay. So what will you get? Let me write down. 1.07, 1.0067 raised to power 12. That gives you 1.0834299,161. This much you get. When you multiply it by 1 lakh, you get 1,08,342.99. This much you get. So the accumulated value is 1,08,000, 1,08,342.99. Okay. So the same problem where the principal was kept in the bank was 1 lakh, rate of interest was also 8% per annum, and the time was also 1 year. But if the interest is calculated yearly, then how much you got the accumulated value? 1,08,000. When the interest is calculated half yearly, means in a year 2 times, then you got accumulated value as 1,08,160. More you got, correct? If the interest is calculated quarterly, then how much you got? 1,08,243.22, means even more. And but if the interest is calculated monthly, that means 12 times in a year, then you got more accumulated value. Okay, so let us summarize this. So I can write here itself. Say here I'm writing how many times the your rate interest is calculated. So here the period, here the accumulated value or the maturity amount. If the period is year, matlab only one time the interest was calculated, you got the maturity amount of 1 lakh as 1,08,000. If it is half year, then how much you got? 1,08,600, 1,08,160. If it was quarter, then you got 1,08,243.22. And finally, when it was month, then the interest, the amount you got is 1,08,342.99. Okay. See, look at this table. Okay. From this table, what you can make out? If your see this amount was same, we have kept the same principal. Rate of interest was also same, 8% per annum, and number of year means only the amount was kept for 1 year. Look at here, if the interest was calculated yearly, the period was year, interest is calculated annually, but yearly, then how much you got the amount? 1,08,000. 1,08,000. If the interest was calculated half yearly means in a year 2 times. Okay, so you got the accumulated value as 1,08,160. 1,08,160. And if the interest was calculated quarterly, that means 4 times in a year, then you got 1,08,243.22. 1,08,243.22. And finally, when the interest was calculated monthly, that means 12 times in a year, you got the accumulated value or the maturity amount as 1,08,342.99. Now compare these values. What you noticed, where you are getting the maximum amount, maturity amount, when the interest is calculated monthly. So what is the conclusion? If the interest is calculated, more often the interest is calculated, more is the accumulated value or the maturity amount. Okay. See here. interest is amount is increasing. So more frequently the interest is compounded, more will be the accumulated value or the maturity amount. Okay. Only what you have to take care, when the interest is calculated or compounded half yearly, you have to divide R by 2 and N also accordingly. In a year, there are 2 months. So in 1 year, 2 half yearly periods. So in a year, there are 2, so N will become 2. For quarterly, you have to convert the rate of interest from per annum to per quarter by dividing 8 by 4. Similarly, year also you will have to convert into quarter. 1 year is 4 quarters. And then you apply the same formula. And if it is month, then you have to divide the rate of interest by 12 to convert it from per annum to per month. Similarly, you have to convert 1 year into month because your period is month. So 1 year is equivalent to 12 months, and then apply the same formula. Okay. So this completes our problem. We have noticed here, or the conclusion is, more frequently the interest is compounded, more will be the accumulated value or the maturity amount. Now we will see the concept of present value and future value. See here, if you keep a principal P, then to find out its accumulated value, like for example, in the last example which we have solved, 1 lakh rupees was kept in the bank, and after 1 year, if the interest is calculated yearly, the 1,08,000 was received. Correct? So what we will say, this is after 1 year. After 1 year. So what we say, that this 1,08,000 is the future value of 1 lakh. Only the name had changed. The accumulated value, we are now calling it as the future value. So this we will call it as future value. See, we are putting the value 1 lakh in the bank today, and we are getting this value in the future. So this is called as a future value. And we are keeping this 1 lakh today in the bank. So this will be called as the present value. So what we were calling as the principal amount, we will now call it as a present value. And what we were calling it as an accumulated value, we will now call it as future value. So that means, what does that mean? The future value of rupees 1 lakh is how much? 1,08,000. And present value of rupees 1,08,000 is rupees 1 lakh. Future value of 1 lakh is 1,08,000. You are putting 1 lakh today in the present, and you are getting after 1 year, that means in future. So future value of 1 lakh is 1,08,000. And if you want 1,08,000 rupees after 1 year from today, so in future you want this. So for this, its present worth will be 1 lakh. So present value of 1,08,000 is rupees 1 lakh. So what we have seen, that the future value is always more than the present value. Why? Because the interest is added. That is the reason future value is always more than present value. So that is how people plan. See, if a person has to invest, has to spend, or he wants some amount for his children's education or children's marriage, say after 3 years, suppose a person wants, then suppose he wants some 10 lakhs rupees after 3 years. So to get 10 lakhs rupees after 3 years, that person has to invest some amount today. So what will be 10 lakhs after 3 years? What is its present worth? So that present worth he has to deposit in the bank in order to get the required amount of 10 lakhs what he wants in the after 3 years. Okay, so principal is present worth and accumulated value is the future value. Okay, so accordingly our formula will also change. How? Let us see. So what will be the future value? Future value will be, the formula will be P into 1 plus R upon 100 raised to power n. The same. A is future value and P is present value. So if I am given the present value, I can find out the future value. Also, if I am given the future value, can I find the present value? Also, what is the present value? Present value P is, if I'm given the future value, A divided by 1 plus R upon 100 raised to power n. This is the present value. If I want P, I have to shift this A 1 plus R upon 100 raised to power n to the other side. So it will divide. So this formula has come from this formula only. Formula is same, only the name has changed. So if I ask you a simple problem, find the present value of rupees 35 lakhs 730.48, which is to be paid 3 years from now. 3 years from now, with the rate of compound interest rate of compounding at 6% per annum. Suppose I have to find out this. Find the present value of rupees 35 lakh 730.48, which is to be paid 3 years from now. What is its present worth? If I have to pay someone 35 lakh 730.48 after 3 years, what will be its present worth? So as I told you, how do you calculate the present value? The present value P is future value divided by 1 plus R upon 100 raised to power n. So future value is given to you 35,730.48 divided by 1 plus R is 6 upon 100 and to be paid 3 years from now. So n is 3. Calculate this. So 1.06 raised to power 3. That is 35,738.48 divided by 1.06 raised to power 3. That will give you 1.191016. Okay. So how much you will get? 35,738.48 divided by 1.191016. So that is 30,006. That means almost 30,000 you can say. It's nearly 30,000. Okay, so that means the present worth of 35,730 rupees and 48 paisa, which will be the future value. I mean the after 3 years from today, its present value is around 30,000. Okay, so again you can see that the present value is less than the future value. So I think you have understood the concept of present value and future value. So thank you so much.